Young Lions Championship underway here. The champion, Anthony Henry, defending that title against a man who's been the Young Lions champion and an Anarchy Television champion in the form of Adrian Hawkins. Adrian Hawkins has been targeting, Anthony Henry for a number of weeks now, claiming that the sharpshooter is a much more effective submission hold than the cloverleaf, and even trying to one up Anthony Henry here after several contests. And right now, Adrian Hawkins taking his time, going outside the ring, trying to slow down the tempo of the match here, but this is for the Young Lions Championship.
Yeah, and you know, that's one thing that I love about our big super cards, of course, always being able to see the NWA Anarchy Young Lions Championship being defended. I always love that because you always have the lighter weights, maybe that may not be in the upper class based on size-wise, and really taking it to each other. And sometimes it can be a little mismatched, but you certainly have to say with these two competitors in the ring, you know, they certainly height-wise are very similar, body-wise are very similar, and, you know, of course, move-wise with the sharpshooter very similar. And we've seen the destruction, of course, over the weeks that Adrian Hawkins has really just kind of left everybody in the ring trying to prove that point. And he would love nothing more than to finally put that last piece of the puzzle in there, being able to get a victory against, of course, Anthony Henry. And then what better way to then win the Young Lions Championship as well.
And right now, speaking of submission holds, Adrian Hawkins was in a bow and arrow type move there, and then found his way out of it and had the pin on Anthony Henry. And right now, both men are just going at it. And I'm going to tell you something right now. I mean, there's something a lot more deeply rooted in this. There's something personal between these two men. It's more of just who has the most effective submission hold. It's a lot more than that. You take a look at these two men. I mean, there's fire, there's intensity there. There's something else. Maybe it's a little bit of professional jealousy on Anthony Henry's part that he hasn't quite elevated himself to the greatness that Adrian Hawkins has.
And how do you possibly come to that conclusion, considering, oh man, met with a nice drop kick there, considering Anthony Henry is our NWA Young Lions champion?
Sir, because I'm an expert.
Oh, do tell.
I'm an expert at this. That is why I am the premier color analyst in this sport.
Mm-hmm.
That, you know, sir, let me ask you a question. How many Announcer of the Year awards have you won?
Well, 0. I got an honorable mention, I think,
so you know that's very good. But I've won awards. I'm an award-winning.
Well, I would say award.
I'm an award-winning journalist. I know what I'm talking about. And there's something there. There is something there on
There's
Anthony
something there,
Henry.
all right. It's a full of something. Well, I tell you what, Anthony Henry right there is wrenching on that leg. As you can see, of course, Adrian Hawkins rinsing in pain there. Continuing to work on the leg, which is setting up perfectly, of course, for the sharpshooter, and then the lower back as well, too, and the leg, certainly using all those opportunities to really try and cinch in that sharpshooter. Oh, and they're now reaching back and grabbing and pulling on the chin, and you can hear the devastation being cinched in on that. Great move there from our, of course, NWA Anarchy Young Lions champion, Anthony Henry, now reaching back as well, too. Going to roll through. Great pin attempt there. Only able to get a 2 count.
And right there, a very unusual pin attempt, but I mean, very effective, you know, in most scenarios. I mean, he had the legs wrapped up. He had, you know, all the weight shifting over to the shoulders. Anthony Henry would have had a near fall there, but Adrian Hawkins fighting his way out of it. And right now, taking a kick right to the back of the shoulder blades. And as this match moves on, and as the moments tick away, so does the time that Brody Ray Chase has left as being the general manager of NWA Anarchy.
Totally
the
disagree.
moments are slowly ticking away, my friend.
Well, and the same could be said for Jerry Palmer, and finally we'll have an end to all of this, and we can get back to the Franklin Dove regime with having Brody Ray Chase as a wonderful GM, weighing down the law and order that is necessary and that he has done so far. And I guess time will tell, I guess, who's going to be right in regards to that, of course, coming up a little later. Still some great NWA Anarchy Young Lions Championship action going on here. As you can see, the challenger, Adrian Hawkins, really trying to also work on the leg as well, too, of Anthony Henry. Of course, going on the outside here, using that steel post, trying to wrap the leg completely around there. And, of course, that takes so much of the arsenal away from our Young Lions champion by being able to ground him, and there's only been so much he can really do from that point.
Anthony Henry right now, speaking of things slipping away, could be seeing that NWA Young Lions Championship, the Anarchy Young Lions Championship, slowly slipping away from his waist and right back to Adrian Hawkins with this crowd here trying to get behind Anthony Henry. And you've noticed in this match, both men have tried to utilize various submission holds that are also very effective for their main submission hold. Right now you see Adrian Hawkins trying to weaken the leg, trying to weaken the knees. That makes it easier to set up for that sharpshooter maneuver that he uses. Anthony Henry earlier was trying to take out the legs, trying to take out the back, which also helps with the Texas Cloverleaf. Both these men, they know what needs to be done. Both these men are accomplished professional wrestlers. Both these men, they know the ins and outs. They're very young, but they do have a lot of mileage under their belts in that ring. So very seasoned, even at a very young age. Now, I will say one thing about Anthony Henry that goes one step further than Adrian Hawkins. Anthony Henry has also found time to become an accomplished MMA fighter. Therefore, you take a look at both these men, you know, I mean, that's how more equally matched can you get to men? Although, I will say this, in my humble, honest opinion.
You have a humble opinion?
I'll give Adrian Hawkins the advantage.
Oh, well, that's so humbly of you. Well, I tell you what, right now, Adrian Hawkins still continuing to work on Anthony Henry. Anthony Henry trying to inch his way little by little, seeing if he can't get to that bottom rope, and he did. And, of course, referee is going to have to break it. But if you notice right there, Adrian Hawkins holding on to the very last possible moment to get that little extra bit of damage being done to the leg. And as you can see, Anthony Henry just trying to swat away. He can't even stand, and that's certainly going to hurt a lot of opportunities for him to be able to get any offense in. Just kind of leaning against the ropes, and, of course, adding insult to injury, Adrian Hawkins continues to keep working on the leg.
And I'll tell you one thing else, too, I've noticed. The knee pad had to slide down just a bit because the knee is swelling up. When Adrian Hawkins removed that knee pad just a little bit, I mean, it was just below the knee, but, you know, as the match is worn on, the knee is swelling up, the area around the calves are swelling up, causing that knee brace, or the knee pads, excuse me, to slide ever slow down the leg. So, I mean, you can tell that the offense that Adrian Hawkins is implementing is effective in this matchup.
Yeah, certainly. You know, when both of these competitors started this match, I kind of wondered whether it was going to be kind of high-flying or whether they were going to really be able to mat wrestle each other. But neither one really making a humongous mistake just yet. Both men have been able to have kind of a back-and-forth situation going on here. But Anthony Henry continues to just try and basically do any type of defense that he can, because there's not really much that he can do offense right now until he can maybe get some of the feeling back in his leg, maybe walk it around a little if he can. He just needs something to break the momentum right now of Adrian Hawkins, because Adrian continues, it's like a magnet going, cinching right back on that target of the leg. And Anthony Henry knows he's got to do something with this too. Oh, man, and that might be exactly what it takes. The question is, how is he going to be able to follow up with that?
And it's gonna take a lot of perseverance here. It's gonna be digging down deep. This is the moment. This is the moment that makes you a true champion. If you can fight through that pain. And you can see right now Anthony Henry doing everything he can to fight off the pain. But right there, that knee taken back out. Wait a minute. That power slam. And you can see, even though the adrenaline's rolling through the body, he's trying to get some feeling back in that knee. I don't know how much that's going to last him, but definitely trying to do his part.
Boot to the midsection here, trying to set him up. Oh, man. The leg just gave out. He was trying to pick him up, and he couldn't get him all. The weight just buckled of his leg. Oh, I'm able to move out of the way at least there when it counted. And Adrian Hawkins full steam ahead, but missed. And now this is going to give an opportunity to Anthony Henry to continue to work on that leg, draping that leg right across the steel post, adding that injury to the already damaged leg. Oh, he's going to do it again. That'd be the second time.
And I will mention one thing that we just saw. Usually when we see Anthony Henry use that reversal, there's usually a kick followed up. He didn't have enough strength in the legs to hold himself up. He slides off the apron, but improvises nicely to go over and grab the leg and start ramming it into the pole there. And the thing is, you know, like I said, I'll tell you this. I'll give Anthony Henry credit where credit is due, but I thought he was really above that. I thought maybe he was better than that, than using, you know, ring post to try and hurt a man. You know, Adrian Hawkins used all his skill.
He did.
Used all his ability. Anthony Henry had to resort to underhanded tactics.
Apparently we're not watching the same match. Well, Adrian Hawkins right now certainly needs, he's got to be careful at least here because he's got his shoulders on the mat there. And look at that, just with one hand, and could catch you just like that, not really paying attention, and certainly that's exactly what Anthony Henry is going for here to try and put this match away.
And the referee needs to watch where that knee is. That knee is dangerously close to the groin area, which would make that an illegal move. Shouldn't be counting the pinfall on that one. Should have been breaking it, but nonetheless, Adrian Hawkins finds his own way out of it. Oh, wait a minute, going for the sharpshooter. Has it cinched in. It could be just a matter of time. We could be seeing a new Young Lions champion right here. Center of the ring, Adrian Hawkins holding it in.
Anthony Henry's trying to make his way to the ropes. Oh, and the hand is up. The hand is up. Oh, he's bridging up. Wow, what strength. Oh, and he grabbed the leg as well, too. Perfect opportunity here from Anthony Henry.
Oh, wait a minute.
He went
right into the Texas Cloverleaf. Didn't have to turn it over. Adrian Hawkins was already there and now finds himself in the ropes. Now, what we've just seen here is both men have utilized their submission holds only to find them either reversed or broken out of by getting to the ropes. The question is, how's that going to play into the psyche of this match as it continues on?
Oh, and watch Adrian Hawkins here.
Oh, wait a minute.
Being able to spin him around. Oh, man, face first into the mat.
That right there, that's an old school Adrian Hawkins move right there. That is the Extreme Makeover. That is what Adrian Hawkins has won many matches with, including the Young Lions Championship previously, and now going for the sharpshooter.
Well, could that be the move that brings him back again to holding gold? We'll have to see. Oh, wait a second, Anthony Henry trying to fight him off. Oh, inside cradle here, goes in for the cover, 2 and 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's your winner and